What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody had a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get right into the TA. All right. So if you guys are following my Twitter, you would know what I am waiting to get back into the rest of my puts. All right, which is SPX gap fill and VIX gap fill. VIX's gap fill is at 19 bucks. SPX's gap fill is at 4,068.82. So that is what I am waiting on, and that might be hit during this video. So you might see me entering during this video. We might have to take a quick little pause. I don't know. We're gonna see. All right, but regardless, the puts I got to sell earlier are down so freaking much now. So yeah, blessing. Sold like right at open. But yeah, let's go over the daily chart, then the 4 hour, then the 1 hour. We're gonna see what's going on. The first thing we'll do is we'll check in with the probable scenario from yesterday. The probable scenario was that you ended up coming down here on SPY and either bouncing on, you had that trend line or that trend line. I actually didn't think this was, or I said the 200 MA, it wasn't this trend line, but I said I thought it was either going to align with like the bounce was going to come from QQQ or is going to be SPY. And the probable scenario that we were going to come down on QQ, come fill that gap, and then we're going to end up coming up. Now you look in the daily time frame, we actually didn't fill it. Let me just get all that messy drawing out of the way. We actually didn't fill the gap. All right, that was done in pre-market. I thought they would probably open you up down there, and then you would rally all throughout the day. We did get the rally all throughout the day, and the only reason, like not the only reason, you had several factors suggesting that would be the case. But you had VIX right here, all right? VIX's gap is not filled, all right? There was a fat gap left open. You had the shooting star candlestick. Now you have the bearish engulfing candlestick. If you look over here on SPX, they're not SPX. You have it on, what did I just see it on? QQQ. You have the bullish engulfing candlestick on QQQ. Let's see, DIA does not have that. IWM, holy sweet baby Jesus, what is going on with IWM, guys? That's looking crazy, all right? Another point of divergence, there we go, all right? Your stochastic is crossing straight up. RSI is heading towards that 70 line. All right, guys, we have a really sexy setup loading. Again with the lines, guys, they're not the same on different time frames sometimes. I don't know why. But regardless, guys, I would say we got it pretty spot on this time, again. All right, so there was that. All right, so we're going to be covering the different time frames in this video, and then I'm going to be giving my, I'm going to give another, I mean, you guys already knew my probable scenario, but I mean, now we can go over that again after we're done with the overall TA. All right, so, and I'm also going to be giving you guys my, I don't want to have expectations, all right, but I'm going to be telling you guys what I think is going to be happening off of FOMC. I know I've been talking about it, but specifically, where do I think we're moving in a hurry? All right, that is what we're going to also touch on. All right, so starting off with the daily time frame, like I did say on QQ, you do have that bullish engulfing candlestick. Now, the thing I am noticing, though, is you do have this crazy low volume here, okay? That is not okay. Let's actually change that from yellow to, what should we be using? Should we just use blue? Yeah, I guess like that's a color, right? It's, or obviously that's a color, but it's a color that like kind of, does that stand out? Oh no. What's an appealing color? Purple? I guess purple. All right. I guess we could try purple. All right. So you do have this bullish engulfing candlestick, but it is off of declining volume. You do have your CCI starting to hinge back up. It is getting rejected on the sell momentum line. And you do have your stochastic hinging up, all right? Now, the daily chart has trolled us for quite some time now, okay? Besides, like, just getting these divergences and seeing those end up playing out, all right? Just like we had over there, aside from those, the daily TA has, it has been rather troll for months now, in my personal opinion, all right? And that's just something I noticed a while back, and that's why we started heavily using the 4 hour and the 1 hour time frame to call the shots, all right? And since I did make that change, yes, you know, the shots have they have been called, all right? They have, well, it's not even like I made a change. I just kind of added those time frames to my big picture point of view, all right? But yeah, you do have the bullish engulfing candlestick over there, and then you do have, I mean, you don't have it here, but you do have something that is, I mean, it's showing pretty much the same thing. You guys see this big-ass green candle. Pardon my French. 4 minutes into the video. It's okay, though. And then you do have VIX. So that is something I want to point out today. You do have VIX's CCI hinge down there. You have the stochastic hinge down getting ready to sell. And you also have your RSI. So you have all three of my momentum oscillators in agreement with each other. I would expect you're probably going to be going down tomorrow. You have this bullish engulfing candlestick here. Now, the reason I say the daily time frame is troll, all right? Because even when we get confirmation of candlesticks, they're still troll, all right? Like tomorrow, for example, all right, you have this bearish. Well, actually, wait, never mind. You would not be getting the confirmation tomorrow. You would just be going down to fill this gap, and then you would be launching tomorrow if what I think is going to take place is going to take place. All right, so I mean, I guess you know what? I take that back. I don't take it back completely. Just because, like, no, I still say like the daily candlesticks, they have been troll for quite some time. Like we have this bullish engulfing candlestick here. Maybe we have some more bullish continuation into tomorrow. But guys, it's off of declining volume. You got the same thing. SPY has like literally half of the volume you had yesterday. The volume today is 32 mil. Yesterday was 74 mil. So less than half the volume you had yesterday on that sell day. And we have this straight green day going on here. And yeah, I mean, that's what I'm getting at, guys. That is what I'm getting at. Actually, guys, I am going to put an order for a decent amount of these right now. All right, just so I don't miss anything as I am going over here. All right, I'm not going to be getting all of them. I'm going to wait till tomorrow because I do think you do continue into tomorrow. And I do not have work tomorrow morning, so that means I get to sit here and watch the charts. Cool, man, cool. All right, but yeah, I'm going to put an order for some. I'm going to be buying back these. We'll start with the Feb 17s. All right, putting the order for 0.99, just kind of going to sit there. All right, should we put it lower? I don't know. I don't care. Nah, resume with the video. Resume with the video. All right, I'm pretty positive I'll get a much better opportunity after this video is finished. I think we're probably going to rally, guys. We're probably going to rally going into the end of the day. This is what I was saying. Like, this is why I was saying it was the most probable scenario, and the most likely / probable scenario is because we were, I am expecting, I was, and I still am expecting Jerome to absolutely tank this market. All right, and if that is going to be the case, then you're going to be rallying into it. Maybe the rate hike, maybe it gives you like a little sell-off. Okay, maybe like that if it's the 0.25 though, I can't imagine it selling off of that. It's probably going to rally up until whenever Jerome comes on. All right, and that is when I think things are going to get really rough. And look at that, you literally have declining volume. This whole move up, guys. All right, ever since this candlestick right here. All right, even though you're making a higher high right now, you got that declining volume going on. What does that tell us, guys? What does that tell us? Fake move. All right, fake move. And look at that. All right, we are got filled for some. Oh yeah. But yeah, guys, I am going to be now. I actually did not really sell off too many of my my March 3rds. But I got the March 3rd 380s on SPY, and then I'm rocking with the 270 QQQ Feb 17 puts, and those go along with my expectations. Now I don't want anybody to just sit there. I'm gonna say these expectations, and then you're gonna hold these expectations until that Feb 17 expiration. That happened on the Feb 3rd. All right, I got messages about it, and like this is why I've been telling you guys, like straight up, you follow my trades, you're gonna lose all my money or all of your money. If I follow my trades, I'm going to get rich, all right? Because in the end, I promise you guys, I will do what I need to do, all right? And I did what I needed to do, all right? Other people did not do what they needed to do to stay solvent, all right? And that's just something that, like, dude, it's on you. Like, I can't take responsibility for that one. You literally pulled the trigger, all right? I'm, like, literally just coming here with information, data, all right? So use me as an indicator, all right? My trades, if you do want them, all of my trade ideas, they are trade ideas. These will be my trades, all right? Tesla was up. It was up. Now it's not up. But regardless, I wasn't really expecting it to be an overnight play right there. I did say we could rally up to 180 on Tesla, though, before FOMC on Wednesday. And look at that. We literally rejected 180. All right, so that would have been the perfect entry possible, all right? I might end up, no, I only have one of these. I might end up, I told you guys that I was going to likely be adding another one. I'm probably going to add another one, all right? It is the 145 March 17 put. All right, they were up decent yesterday. They're not up today. All right, so that is a thing. But again, who cares? I mean, this is literally what this is what we're talking about. This was like the scenario. All right, and guys, when you see things in the chart, you gotta listen to the chart. All right, that's all I did this morning to open. I just listened to the chart, and I was just like, yeah, I was stressing. All right, but like at the end of the day, no, the chart says something. I'm gonna listen to it. I haven't been listening to it recently the most. And yeah, I mean, I've been saying what the chart is saying, and then I don't like take an action off of it, and then I just don't do myself justice, and that's not something I want. All right, let's see. Okay. All right, so we did get filled, guys. Got filled on some of those right there. All right, now I'm going to put the phone down. We're going to leave that to the side, and we're going to get done with this video. All right, because your boy has some stuff he has to get done before going to work at 3:40. All right. So I think we finished with the daily time frame. We didn't go over SPX, all right? But SPX does have its stochastic crossing up. You have your CCI, again, hinging up off of that the sell momentum line. And now you do have a little more volume than you do over on SPY. Now, SPY yesterday had inclining volume where SPX had declining volume, and that's that was also in alignment with QQQ, which is what made me make my call that we're going to be going in the written update, that we're going to be going with SPY's or SPX's declining volume. All right, so that was a fake move down. All right, we also did have we had other factors there suggesting we were going to be coming up into FOMC. But I would say, like, guys, volume really does tell a story. Okay, honestly, someone's TA should tell a story. All right, it should show you what is going on. All right, at all times. I think that's what we do cover here at this channel, right? I think we cover the psychology of the buyers and sellers pretty continuously day by day here. So if you guys do enjoy this, guys, please like spread the word, guys. Be like, if you got a friend and you're like, yo, hey, I've been watching this guy, all right? You like, hey, if you want to learn about the stock market, you don't even have to be in the stock market. This guy's just a goofy guy that likes the stock market. It'll probably make you maybe like the stock market. You just share, spread the word, all right? Spread the word. All right, but let's switch on over to the 4-hour time frame, all right? So that is what we will be looking at. As you see, we never really started coming down here on SPX, which leads me to believe, yes, guys, we still have the pending rug pull. It is like literally just queuing up. The fact that we barely came back down here, all right, wasn't even a decent sized move like that. No, we stayed up here. We're in this, I mean, it is pretty much like a rising wedge if you put that to that. All right, so now it's a rising wedge, right? But this trend line is literally just a bear flag that we were trading in for quite some time over here on the hourly time frame. All right, but you do also have that rising wedge, and we're still in that rising wedge. You come over here to SPY, and you do not have. Do you have that rising wedge? All right, I think maybe. All right, no, I guess we would just call that a channel. We would just call that a channel. Yeah, QQ doesn't have it. It also has this channel. SPX doesn't have after hours, so that's why the patterns that we find on here. And honestly, just overall, the price action, it'll be similar, but it will not be exactly the same, guaranteed. All right, so which is why I will always be watching SPX from here on out. All right, ever since I started watching SPX, I've been like, my TA has been decently better. And I think this is just because, hey, SPX, and if we come over here to NDX, eventually I'll add NDX in here. And that's just because this is probably what the big boys are using. All right, and if that's what the big boys are using, then, this is what's going to actually be moving the market. The trend line is wrong. I'm looking at that right now. All right, but we're not going to go over NDX here. All right, we're just going to stick with what's going on right here in front of us. All right, going over to VIX. All right, on the 4-hour time frame, you are coming into oversold territory as you are approaching that gap fill. All right, so that is something that I am going to be watching for. I don't think you're going to bounce directly off of VIX gap fill. I think it's likely that you do end up coming up here to SPX's gap fill, and that's where you start seeing some resistance. And maybe you do have a slight pullback into tomorrow morning. And then the rate hike announcement, maybe it's 0.25 and it makes you go up. And then, you got, oh, look, we're on February 10 over here. All right, so maybe it would look something. Yeah, let's actually redraw this. Maybe we get something like this. You bounce off that again. All right, you open down there. You come up here. Maybe you go like that. I don't know. Or maybe you come up here today since we're so close to it. Come down here tomorrow. Bounce up with that rate hike announcement. Jerome Powell comes out. Double top from right here. Boom. There you go. All right, not sure exactly how it's going to be playing out because no crystal ball. But yeah, guys, I mean, everything is still suggesting, hey, we haven't seen nothing yet. All right, literally, this was not the move that we're about to be seeing. Okay, it can be. I'm not going to listen. I'm a man of logic. I'm a man of reason. Okay, I'm a realist. All right, if we get down here and we start seeing the same exact stuff that was making me call for a counter trend back down here, literally right here. All right. Now, I know for a fact I got to that party 1 to 2 weeks early, just like I got to this party we'll say 1 to 3 weeks early. But regardless, I mean, hey, it's all right. It's whatever. Okay, it's part of the journey. But yeah, guys, if we do see signs down there, yes, I will be screaming them. Okay, I will let everybody know that we have signs that we are, stalling out on the decline, and then there's that. But like, regardless, even from just this bear flag that was created from this move down, you still have a target of 374 right here, and that is underneath the consolidation. All right. So let's finish up with the 1 hour time frame, and then I'm gonna go over what I think. What I think's in store over the following 2 weeks, okay, 2.5 weeks by Feb 17 expiration, what I think is going to be the case, and it doesn't even have to be by that, but like that's why I picked that expiration. I have the March 3rds to catch like like more of the move, but honestly, like I think we'll probably get done with the first leg of that sell off, and yeah, there's going to be this leg of the bear market, but it's not going to go straight down. We're probably going to bounce here, right? Then you come down here, and it would probably be a pretty steep decline until you probably started getting back into this consolidation. Maybe you start forming a bear flag or something like that on the smaller time frames. On the daily time frames, it would just kind of look like you're chip chopping around, and then you end up going back down. All right, but guys, things do not go straight down. All right, but I do think we're going to have a sharp decline before the selling lets up. Okay, before the selling lets up, I think we're going to get right back down to this consolidation. All right, and that is why I'm playing the 270s on QQQ. All right, you come over. Oh, look at that! Your boy timed an entry again. Look at that. All right. This is what Henry gets when he trades, okay? When he doesn't just sit there and hodl, when he listens to the charts, because, like, why wouldn't you listen to the chart? Because I freaking put all this time into this anyway. Why am I not going to listen to the chart, all right? But this is what happens, all right? You know, your boy makes good moves instead of just sitting on his hands doing absolutely nothing and watching himself just, his position get faded away, all right? That is not ideal, okay? Not ideal. So I'm very excited to be getting back into the trader's groove. All right, I am excited. All right, but yeah, all right. So let's finish going over the 1 hour time frame. You do have your CCI in overbought territory here. Your stochastic is crossing down from over there. But as you saw, we could do something like this. But I will say this is from the 25th all the way up into Friday. All right, so this whole week, pretty much, not this whole week. We had 2 or 3 trading sessions here. We were just trading up, and you were just here on your oscillators over here. I don't think that's going to be the case. We have a clear as day catalyst tomorrow. All right, I think personally, I don't know what's going to be happening. I'm not going to make a call on what we're going to see, like basis point wise. Like, do we see the 25? Do we see the 50? Do we see a 75? I have absolutely no idea. I think there is a solid shot we get to 50 just because of some of the things I'm seeing that are probably going to be reflected in the next CPI report that Jerome is probably aware of as well. All right. So I'm not saying we are going to get a 0.50. I wouldn't be betting on that one with 0 day to expirations or anything like that. All right. But I mean, all I know is Jerome, like, I know what Jerome wants. All right. I like listen to Jerome. And that's what I've been saying in my past few videos. All you had to do is listen to what Jerome said when he last spoke. All you had to do was listen to Bullard, what he said when he last spoke. All right. And then you got to connect the dots. All right. I just retweeted something. And it went along the lines of like, let me explain why the bull case is non-existent here. And it said like one thing, and I don't, there were probably more. I didn't read anything other than that, but I read this and I actually saw this a few days ago. And it wasn't exactly that, but I saw how low, like put premiums, guys, they're at historical lows. They don't get down here. All right. I'm pretty sure this is like an all-time low for your hedge premiums. All right. But the tweet I retweeted was pretty much off the lines of, hey, all right, like a 5% hedge, like 5% away, is now the cheapest it has ever been in history. All right. Now I'm paraphrasing because I don't know exactly what the tweet said. That was a tweet that probably 20, 30 minutes ago, maybe 40. I don't know. All right. But my point is, like, hey guys, that's showing you some crazy thing is about to go down. All right. I saw a video the other day saying hedge funds are they're the most short they've been this whole bear market. All right. And then we have the most insider sells that we've had ever. All right. We have never had a quarter of more insider selling than we have seen this quarter. And what took place this quarter, guys? What took place? Boom, 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 boom. All right. Guys, they're selling into this rally is what I'm getting at. All right. They are literally selling into the rally. And that is something taking place. All right. That is something taking place. All right. I'm not sure how this is going to end up going. And I just said quarter. All right. I just said quarter. I meant the rally. Okay. I meant the rally. I did not mean the quarter. All right. I don't think the thing I saw the other day said the quarter. I think it said like this is like the rally that has been sold off the most throughout history by insiders. There's never been more insider sells. All right. Eventually, guys, it will bring charts to you guys with this information. I just have to locate where these things are. Okay. I follow a bunch of people and they have these charts. I got to find out where these charts are for myself because I would love to analyze, economic data, all right, instead of just our stock charts, all right? So we could bring that into the mix too, and we could see what's really going on behind the scenes because at this point, I do think I understand the chart pretty thoroughly here. So I think we can understand what's going on behind the scenes if we have access to that. Guys, if you do know where to find these charts, please let me know. I know there's like the FX Evolution. I've watched him a few times, and I know like his thing is literally like he sells you no, it's not FX Evolution. What was the other one? It's another big one. I don't remember. There's a few big guys. But one of them sells you pretty much like he says like we will bring you the charts. But then I watch his videos and I'm like, dude, you're switching up like every video. Why are like you're just pinpointing specific like charts, okay, and then ignoring the other charts. Which, what the heck is the point of that? So, I mean, I'm not going to go off of that guy. I need to find my own charts, all right? I don't want to be sent charts going off someone's bias. I try and trade without a bias here on the channel, all right? I definitely do my analysis without a bias here on the channel. I do try and trade without a bias here on the channel, all right? I will be improving on that one, okay? The analysis, though, I will say, the analysis, anybody who claims that my analysis is bias in it, all right, just know that it doesn't, okay? I am here to make money. If a chart says something, I want to make money off of that something. The only reason I won't be making money off of that something that I'm calling out on my videos is because I have my emotions and in play, all right? It's the only time I will not be taking action on the things I call out in my videos, all right? I don't do these with a bias. I come here, I don't know if you've noticed, but the outline of this video so far has literally been me literally just looking at what the charts are specifically doing on each individual time frame. All right. And then me also letting you guys know my thoughts and then also what is like actually going on. All right. So like, I guess my thoughts, yeah, biased. All right. But like the technical analysis covered here on the channel. No, dude, don't tell me that's biased. It ain't biased. All right, let's go on. Okay, let's actually finish the 30-minute video. We ain't having no 50-minute video today, boy. Not today, boy. All right, QQQ, are we losing that bullish engulfing candlestick? All right, no, we're not. No, we're not. All right, so my expectations for QQQ, all right, the reason I picked the 270 Feb 17s to be playing, which, by the way, I was just able to get in, guys, for 0.99. I had an order filled, all right? I don't know when that was actually filled, but it was early sometime in this video. But either way, guys, I picked that because I want those to go to $1,000, okay? Whatever I wanted to pick, I wanted them to run $2,000, all right? Guys, the way I picked my options is just off of logic. I want them to get in the money, and there's that. Okay, I don't want them to just like get $1 in the money, and there you have like a $400 or $500 contract, which I think these Feb 17s would be $500, or we'll say $400 or $500 in the money, and the March ones, I think those would be $500 to $600 in the money, like just slightly in the money. All right, but I'm playing these to get in the money, like to trade like shares. So not just a few bucks in the money and then I sell. I'm not going for that swift move down. I'm playing these. I'm trying to catch this. All right. And I'm trying to get them in the money. So I am playing the 270s on QQ. This was the top of our consolidation here. All right. I think this is probably going to be the first spot we bounce is the 270. So that is why I picked that. And also, as you see, the bottom is 260. All right, so that means if we do test the bottom of this consolidation again, all right, lows are 254. So we were only $5 off of lows. All right, but I do think we're probably going to have a very similar move to what we had right here take place. All right, very quickly, just like that. So that was 10 bars right there. All right, if we have the same thing happen right here, 10 bars right there. Oh, we come down to the same spot. So that's all I'm playing it for. Okay, that's the purpose of those Feb 17s. The purpose of those March ones are to get the continued move. I do think you break this consolidation. I do think we have exactly this loading, exactly this loading, exactly this loading. I think we have that. Okay. But like I said earlier in the video, if we see signs that are suggesting that we're about to have a counter trend rally, and like we had signs suggesting this was going to be a rather violent counter trend rally, Holy crap. Did this outmatch any of our expectations? Yes, indeed it did. This was insane. Okay. Insane in the membrane. That's what this was. All right. But regardless, like and that's why I say no bias in my TA. All right. I'm not here to lose money. And like, listen, I fully acknowledge the only time I ever like lose in these trades, all right, is literally when my emotions are there and I'm not listening to what my technical analysis is suggesting, which is completely irrational, which means, yeah, the only way those irrational thoughts happen is because emotions are involved, all right? So take those out of the equation. There you go, all right? I'm working on it, all right? I am working on it. But regardless, guys, I think you probably do have another $80 move down coming. Okay, you come over here to SPY, and we literally did fall $75 over here in 33 trading sessions. That's a month and a half, guys. All right, you came over here. I think this was the $80 move. All right, this was down $90, but before you actually bottomed here, before you actually had a significant bounce here, we'll say that. Like you did have this right here. That actually was something that was seen right here on this bullish divergence. So you would have known about it. Guys, and this is what I'm saying. When we do have signs of these counter trend rallies, just like we had signs over there of the counter trend rally taking place, all right? Over, like, literally right here, all right? I know I was early to the party. I started warning you guys right over here. And you know why I know that? Because if anybody knows my style of TA, then you know I was watching for those bullish divergences. So this was the day that I was really starting to look for that, that move, all right, that counter move. Now, unfortunately, I got chopped up, but there was that. But in the end, if I did hold my calls, guys, I would have actually printed fat because I think they were January 13. They were so lows on QQQ. I remember literally buying the 264, 265 strikes, and I was going to ride them, all right? I don't know if those were Jan 13. I remember for a fact I had Jan 13 contracts, and I sold them for a loss, and then we ended up seeing this, and I was butthurt, all right? I played calls somewhere around here. I don't remember specifically where I ended up playing them, though. But yeah, I had to get out of my calls for a loss because I listened to the crowd, guys. I literally listened to the crowd, even though my TA was suggesting that we were going to be going up. All right, I decided to start getting all skeptical, okay? Even though, again, we had like a lot of signs suggesting that was going to be the case. All right, and yeah, look at the likely scenario came out playing again, just like it did overnight. It came out playing like week by week by week. All right, there was that. Now, I will say this, no, guys, it can rug pull at any point. I will not say I've been spot on now that we've been up here, but like I'm going to be, and I'm not trying to hurt anyone's feelings here, so please don't leave any hate comments because I'm saying this and hurting your feelings. All right. I'm going to say you're very silly if you're trying to go long here. All right. If you were trying to go long anywhere in this last week, if you were really trying to, like, if you're not just buying weekly calls and riding the momentum, I'm going to say you're extremely silly and you like are going to get wrecked. All right. Like down the line, if you completely continue to use this methodology in your trading, you're going to get wrecked. All right. You bought into the crowd and you're buying dated calls here for a move up to here. Like a lot of people are freaking like expecting here and for the gap fill up here. Like it makes no sense to me. It doesn't, okay, because of the things I cover here on this channel. But I mean, to like a lot of people, that does make sense. So I'm serious, guys. Like if you were like, and that's why like I was not calling out anything for longs. I don't care, okay? I'm not going to advise people. Well, obviously no financial advice here, but I'm not going to, let's just say this. I wouldn't advise myself to go long this past week or 2 weeks, all right? Once we started selling off right here, right? That one after this was kind of your cue to like, hey, we're in very risky waters here, okay? You see these sharp declines and the sharp gaps up. Guys, they're trying to shake everyone, okay? They're trying to make everyone uncertain, all right? But we do have the factor suggesting, hey, yeah, we got a little bottom on the VIX going on, and we have a top on the SPY going on. There's that. All right. So yeah, I think that is pretty much it. I think that's where I'm going to end off this video. I do want to say, look at that. All right, look at that, and come over to QQ. Look at that. All right, come over to SPX. Look at that. Come over here to VIX. Look at that. Okay, you crossed up this week, and you do have another. Now, I do think this is going to be canceled. I do think we're probably going to have a big green candle of a breakout candle. Maybe we even come up here. We're probably definitely going to come up there, honestly. We probably do end up in a hurry coming up to this. Let's actually put this on a chart. That go like that. Okay, this is where I will be watching for that first we'll say that first counter trend move. Okay, I'm not saying it is going to pop up. Okay, it could end up popping up higher than this. It could come somewhere in this range up here. All right, where you're up here. All right, I'm not sure. All right, but I will be watching for resistance on the VIX. We either explosively break out from this, all right, or we have something like this where you end up breaking out. And this was also a wedge, I believe, if I remember correctly. You come over the daily time frame. Yeah, look at that. I definitely had a very sloppy thing right there. All right, but it was right there. So super, super, super sloppy right there. But look at that. You came down and you did that. All right, this was what I am saying this zone is. Okay. So I think that's probably going to be the case. All right, but obviously we will face that when we come to it. All right, there's no reason to really think about these things now. All right, but you do have you have another bottom marker forming. I don't, but like I just said, I don't think that's going to hold. I think FOMC is going to end up having a breakout on the cause a breakout on the VIX, and that's going to that's going to help the market decline as fear comes back into the market. Okay, you look at Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin is something yesterday got a bearish engulfing candlestick. You're not confirming that today, but guys, when you do confirm that, just know, yeah, this is probably going to be the start of the decline. Okay, but then again, all right, then again, look at this. You know what? Maybe we got to take these candlesticks on Bitcoin with a grain of salt. It's the same thing I was saying with the daily time frame. All right, it's just been troll with these candlesticks, guys. So troll. You have this bearish Harami candlestick. You had the confirmation here. You closed underneath. Well, is it? I think you just have to close underneath the body. All right. But like either way, if it is that way, you had to close under here and then you skyrocketed. All right. So you know what? Take it all with a grain of salt. But you did have that bearish engulfing candlestick right there. And what do we see at the previous stop? I didn't expect that. Okay. I was not going towards that. Maybe that's a bearish engulfing candlestick. Bearish engulfing candlestick. Is that the last one? Is it that? We have this big boy right there. All right, I think that's pretty much it. But yeah, my point stands, guys. Bitcoin is going to be falling with the market with all likelihood. So that is what I'm going to be watching for. We either come back down here and bottom in this where we consolidated last time, or we finally get to this target zone down here, which I still think is very likely. Is the top of this bull market over here, and is where you found support over here. All right, so I do think you find your bottom somewhere in that zone. I know people are calling for some crazy things. All right, 7K Bitcoin. You believe in 6K Bitcoin? I don't think that's happening at all. Okay, if you just look back, I don't think that is going to be the case. All right, we can just look at here. Okay, you fell 84%. Let's just take 84% from highs over here. All right, and where would I think that would literally put us down at our bottom zone or our bottom support line of this demand zone, I guess we could call it. Yeah, demand zone down here, support zone, whatever you want to call it. That's what it is. So yeah, I do think that is where we are going to be bottoming. And you come over here, and what did we have there? You had a 71% sell off. I think we also had this bear market over here, and there's probably, yeah, there's probably definitely more Bitcoin history here. All right, but it's not on this chart. All right, but you come over here and look at that. You had again another 84% sell off, 82, 84% right there. All right, you come down here before you had any meaningful bounce, which is 70%, but you bottom down here 86%. All right, and there you go. So this is what I'm getting at, guys. I think there's a solid probability that we bottom within the zone. All right, and I do think that it's going to come as the market declines. All right, so that's what I'm watching for. I hope this all makes sense to everyone. All right, and yeah, with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.